Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fisner. How you doing, guys? Hello. So, we've got an inverter. I bought it for like 15 quid. I'll show you, wait, I'll switch to the eBay. Okay, as you see at the top, you already bought this item, yes, here. So it is 500 watts, which is a lie, of course, yes. If you know how these are built, you will easily recognize. And then the continuous output should be 250 watts. Well, try to get 250 watts and you'll understand that you count, okay? So I bought it here only for the workshop, but I thought that maybe I could run a telly in the living room, so I could use it over there and have here more efficient, so I can plug in the computer and a few other things, yes. So when it came, this became really quickly loose, so I had to open it. So I thought I can show you. I removed the screw here at the back, down on the side and at the back as well. You can push that one out. So look, that's an awful stuff. So look, that's what it is. That has even USB, that has small MOSFETs. I don't know what these MOSFETs are, to be true. I've discharged it, so okay, that's L7805, so that's for the USB to have a stable 5 volts. And these are MOSFETs, which I can't see what they are. Okay, TMP5N50. Then it has a buzzer as well. So it's controller per each side. So it's looking like a half bridge MOSFET, 4 diodes over there. And that's it. So it doesn't have even a lot of protection and can break easily. Now, here is a 2200 microfarad capacitor up to 16 volt. That's a 12 volt, by the way. And looking by the design of it, maybe it's like 50 to 100 watts, maybe. I wouldn't say it's even 200 continuous power. 500? No way, guys. No way. The design of this board is just cheap inverter for 15 quid, so you can see it better now. So if you try to buy an inverter for 15 quid, assume that you can use it up to 50 watts, pretty much. Nowhere close 500 watts. When I know how many watts my computer takes, because I'm using wattage meter, okay? And so I see that it's 80 to 100 watts, including the monitor, yeah, desktop and the monitor. That's, you know, that's something, yes. And this can't hold it. So I was trying to make stronger connections, thicker wires and everything, you know, just to make sure that, you know, it's connecting well to the battery. That didn't work. I wrote to this company and they said, to this supplier, and they said, no, if you find any issues with it, you know, just let us know. And I said, well, my computer, which is 80 to 100 watts, doesn't want to work. So they start to make excuses like, your computer can take much more than that, yes. And I've got a wattage meter, I know how much my computer, if I would start playing games on this i5, I think 9th generation, 40 gig of RAM, 1660 Ti, you know, I would know that I will consume more power, but because I'm working on this computer and I don't have time for playing games, I'm using 80 to 100 watts. And that's 32 or 34 something it's 79 CJ79 monitor, the ultra wide Samsung. That's including that one. So yay, no way guys, it's a lie. If you buy this one, literally know that you won't be able to sustain more than about 50 watts. How do I know it? Because I've plugged devices which I know how much takes. Like for instance, my soldering iron can take 70 watts and it's going slow. When I'm putting on the maximum, it's raising slow. That means it can take those 70 watts but struggling with it. If this would give easily continuous power 70 watts, then the power I would know on this iron would go quickly. Yes, so yes, maybe it can do continuous 100 watts power, but for sure not 250 watts. And I don't know how much hot it would get if I would put my iron on. I will be able to test it because I just changed this bit, and I'm removing components. Well, I will remove components from this because we will be building the inverter. I will probably make a life out of it. And so I will be able to test that inverter to be true, or I will just neglect it and connect it through the battery. You know, my soldering iron will be less hassle to be true than for this. But I need to put it back now. You see, it's such poor quality that it's loose. This one is okay, this one is loose. So yeah, you know, it's no way. I'm surprised that there is no feedback here. So probably there's no feedback even in it. But it doesn't need, because it's a small power, you know, but if you would have more power you would need a feedback for it. And there's no washer anywhere. Okay, so there's no washer for it. Okay, I don't see on the second one as well. So yay, that's me putting it back. 15 quid. You know, it's good for small things. Yes, for small things it's good. But if you probably trying to check if it's pure sine, no, it's not. It's a car power inverter, DC 12 volts to AC to 30 to 40, car volt converter, USB charger 500 watt. It's not. If you want to buy a decent one, build with us, or wait when we will build, and or buy pure sine wave with toroidal with those transformers. It's super heavy, several kilograms, came from England, and that's a quality, guys. That's a quality. That transformer on its own, I pay for it over 70 pounds for this transformer. So yay. And that's quality. This is good for a low power. By 500 watts you'll get what you pay for if you pay such small amount. Buy bigger one, buy bigger inverter, and you'll see that this is maybe 200 watts continuous power. That's 500 peak, so I would say that's maximum of about 200 watts. I wouldn't want to risk and putting here 500 watts for this. Probably I will anyway. But I don't believe it will last long if we will overuse it so much. So you get a comparison here, yes? You know, if this is continuous, let's say, because that's 500 watts, so this would be not even a half of it. So this is probably about 100 watts. So no way that this can be 500 watts and continues to 100. I would say this, I can believe that maybe it somehow will reach 500 watts, but again, and continuous maybe will be, you know, 100 to 200 watts continuous. This, no way that 100 to 200 watts continuous. You've got a good comparison. So please don't expect to buy a cheap inverter and have good quality. If you pay for an inverter which is high frequency transformer like I showed you, not the toroidal transformer like I showed you, then expect, you know, what you pay for. Yes, don't expect quality from those cheap inverters. Inverter has to have good design, and it has to be pure sine if you really consider it to be a good inverter. Pure sine with toroidal, I can believe in it, but then again, Victron Energy won't give you spare parts when they are out of warranty. That's why we're building our inverters, yes, and we want to share with people open source project on a half bridge, maybe big kilowatts ones on the full bridge topology, and that's why I need this transformer, yes, to build such design. But first, let's start off Electronoops, and I will be doing that one. Now we've got comparison in sizes, so you know what to expect from those inverters. It's look at my palm, it's really not big. So now you know if you want to plug in the computer, you need that size of the transformer, at least, you know, at least to have stand a chance to run a computer through that. And that's bare minimum, and I might be afraid that in some cases it will be problem to get 200 watts out of it. Plus it's about 80% efficient. If lucky it will be 90% efficient, but depend on the topology used, parts used, yes, software written on it, so you know, depend on those factors. I don't believe this one has a great efficiency. It's probably about 80. It's conversion efficiency I see over 80%, and I can believe in that, you know, that's the case. That's it in this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you've learned something out of it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.